Eat a spoonful and harden up. JK, good luck with the recovery.
Well, yeah, that's funny. Surprisingly, I drink a lot of milk. I think I'm gonna do fine. Here, watch, you're gonna have to go on that one. You gotta go on that chair. There you go. Yeah. Luckily the oxy go around doing its job, so he's pretty good. Um, so yeah, luckily the pain meds are definitely doing their job. Um, I know I'm feeling it. So here we can. Should be able to see. Like so you can see right there where it's nice and protruded. Hopefully you can see it. Yes. Feeling it. But yeah, so it sounds like game plan tomorrow. Gotta get up at like 9:30, and then I gotta go to the hospital. And yeah, so go to the hospital and having surgery. They're gonna cut it open, and then they're gonna basically screw the two together. They're gonna put a plate and some bolts or some screws. Yeah, I definitely went pretty narrow, but so the whole reason why I wanted to narrow was because of I wanted to drive it in my backyard here, and the trail is pretty thin or narrow, so it needed to be pretty good. And the only reason why I tipped over is because I rushed the first drive, and I didn't tighten some things, aka the ball joint, because that's what happened. Because this one was never really, it was basically, I mean, it was an accident. So I went out there to just drive it, drove down, come back, and I was on my way back to come park it and be done with it till the next day so I could, finalize everything and get it all good before I go out and actually, beat on it. And yeah, on my way back, the ball joint let go and went left and it rolled. Went from like 40 miles per hour to stopped in one roll. So wasn't wearing a helmet. There was no harness in it yet. Again, it was literally meant to just be a test drive, So definitely was probably avoidable if I just would have been more diligent. But impatience got the best of me because they got pushed off another week because of something stupid, and then another week because of something stupid. So I really just wanted to fucking drive the damn thing. So yeah, unfortunately, it cost me a lot of money, and now I get to deal with this for 6 weeks at least. So luckily, I had just changed jobs and now work at the beautiful O'Reilly's. So in fact, I really like my new job. I like it a lot. Like I liked what I did before, but it was rough on me. And what I do now, I really enjoy because I like cars. So and it's super. I like my job. The job I deal with just trying to find parts for professional sales. So definitely it's fun because it's just like what I do here as a hobby. So did you happen to keep any templates or anything when you made your Fiero fuel tank? I did not keep anything. It was all made one-off. I know I plan to redo it because I want to just go to an in-tank fuel pump. Completely goes against everything I wanted, but I just want to do it just because I think I can make it so it sloshes less, and it'll be because right now the sump is like the lowest part of my car, and I don't like that. All it takes is like one thing in the road, and I could definitely just disable my car, basically, or worse, you could rip it off and a bunch of gas, and then it catches on fire, something stupid like that. So I think I'm just gonna go to an in tank as much as I like. I like my current setup, but I'm gonna go to an in tank that will go to the surge tank, and I think that'll be the best option I think for what I want. far as parts, just kind of trying to figure out what I want to do. Kind of not motivated. I was really like pumped on the go-kart build right now. Still am. Just the biggest bummer is it's a lot of money. Even with the insurance, it's still a lot of money that I don't have. So I know I have the drift car build that I want to do too. I have all the parts for that, basically, other than the parts I'm waiting on from Australia. I've already paid for them. Now I just need to pay for shipping. I'm waiting on him to get me a price on shipping. Once I have that, then I just got to pay for that and have the parts shipped, and then we're good to go. I can start the 240 S13 drift build. So, you cover new tank on the plasma table. I might be in for setting up parts. The only problem with that is my table only cuts it's like 2 foot by 3 foot. Yeah, so it would be too small, I think, for me to like CNC it out. Yeah. But I could cut it out in multiple pieces, I'm sure, but I'd have to do a bunch of remeasuring and stuff. And on top of that, my fuel tank is actually kind of small. I think it's like 8 gallons, so I'm actually under what it used to be. So, but yeah, definitely dealing with those internal struggles right now, though. For like, what do I want to do? Because the Fiero, I'm kind of like just trying to figure out what I want to do. Well, it needs a transmission. I broke the trans 3 weeks ago, or well, no, it's like 6 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago now. Driving on my road, turning onto my road, and second gear just locked up. So, need a new transmission for the Fiero. So that'll be anywhere from like $200 to $300 if I can find one. Gotta get the new one, crack it open. Gotta get the old one out, crack it open. Hopefully my LSD insert is fine because I can't get them anymore because Team Green Performance has just disappeared. So, yeah. And then we'll see what failed. Maybe see if we want to do anything fancy to try and prevent that. I don't think I really have the budget to do that this winter. But yeah, for sure that's all I want to do is put a new trans in and it might be just it. I know I'm going to pull the roof scoop off. I have some carbon, so I would like to do my hood. I'd like to do the fucking roof too, but boy, am I just so fucking unmotivated. I don't know why. Just like super bummed, burnt out. I don't know what. Really don't know. I had a lot of fun. Like I got to drag race the car this year. Got to autocross it this year. So it was a fucking great year for like driving the car. I had a fucking blast. But yeah, I don't know why, but I'm bummed. Actually, yeah, I should have done a live stream a while ago. Yeah, no, I got a buddy in New Zealand that's grabbing me. I needed a oil pan off of a Holden Commodore, a oil pan, a pickup, and some headers. I have a buddy that picks them up. Now he just needs to ship them over here, and I'm waiting to see on the price of shipping from there. I expect it to be pretty pricey, but hopefully it's not too bad, especially given the recent circumstances of my dumbassery. So, for you that don't know, I fucking rolled my go-kart. So, I've been building a go-kart for like the last 5, 6 weeks, something like that. Built it completely from scratch. I'll have a video out on it, hopefully soon. Yeah. Basically, took it out for the first drive. I rushed the first drive. Just got the motor running again. And, yeah, like we half-assed the fucking, we bungee corded the battery on and all that stuff. I just wanted to drive it. I just wanted to drive it. Brakes worked, all that stuff. And so I rushed it. I remembered to tighten like the back wheels. I knew those were loose, so we tightened those. Put a cotter key into the brake pin and a couple other little things. But I completely overlooked the front suspension. I did not tighten the ball joints. So basically, I drove down the road and I was coming back. So maybe a block. I drove a block down and I was about halfway back on the block, and I think it was the left ball joint separated, the upper ball joint separated, and it went left into the dirt. And once it hit the dirt, it rolled, and I was probably doing like 40. So yeah, rolled it, and then luckily I didn't hit my head or anything. But I did. I think the roll bar would have hit my collarbone, so I broke my collarbone and I chipped and like cracked my scapula. So, and my neck is, or my not my neck, but my collarbone is it's broken in half. I have to have surgery because it's so far out of alignment. So yeah, that's cool. Yeah. And nothing to do with my driving. It was just me being a dumbass and I fucking rushed it. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do now. There's no point in fucking being like, should have done that, should have done this. That's the story. There's nothing I can do. It's already done. So, but yeah, I'll be back in that go-kart as soon as I can because it should be fun. There's a good chance we will be, well, okay, so there was already going to be a harness bar going in, or a harness. I think I got a big harness bar too, but harness is going in it, which was already the intent, and I'll always be wearing a helmet, which was also the intent. This particular instance, I had no harness bar in it, which I knew because it was I wasn't gonna fuck off, so I didn't expect this to happen. I was gonna drive straight, so and then I wasn't wearing a helmet because again I wasn't fucking off. I was just expecting to drive straight, so it's literally the definition of an accident. I had no knowledge, like I had no like. It's not like I got in this cart knowing those ball joints were loose. I forgot about them, and we didn't check them. It was an accident. Stupid one, yes, but it was an accident. Yeah, no, I tried eBay. I bought one off of eBay for all those parts, and yeah, dude, I waited like 8 weeks, I think, for dude, and he said he shipped some, but he never did. I never had tracking, and yeah, and like when they were supposed to show up, they never did. So he ended up, he stopped responding, so I had to go through eBay. He refunded me, and then I'm kind of back in the limbo. But my buddy should hope to come through. So yeah. Holding Commodore has a front sump oil pan. We don't have that here in the States. We don't have a rear wheel drive 3800. Well, down there it's the V6 Ecotech. So, but I had my buddy Tanner. He was here, the guy that I always ride with for like wheelies and stuff. He was there with me, so luckily he was there. Um, Especially given the fact that I wasn't, fucking up or nothing. But it was an accident, So if I would have been just cruising along, or I was going to go out for a big cruise like I did, I would have definitely done that by myself. So thank God somebody was here. But yeah, unfortunately, it's probably I might just have to talk louder. Hopefully, if I'm talking louder, it's better. Yeah, I definitely need the heater. Otherwise, I'll start shivering and my arm don't like that. Surprised it is because the microphone's actually behind the door of the cabinet. if that would have made it any better. Probably made it worse. Sounds good. Take it easy. I'll let you know if I run into any issues as I go on. Yeah, no, it's definitely been a while since I put out a video. I've been wanting to, but it's been, yeah, no. And that heater's going, it's probably fucking it all up or whatever reason. Is it any better with the door open? I found like basically staring straight at the mic. Let's see here. Is that any better? That's pointed straight at me, so it's a shotgun mic, so it should be pretty good. It's either 180,000 or a 220,000. It has a high-low function. How's it going, Undecided Flow? I don't know if I've ever seen that name. But yeah, hopefully tomorrow goes good. I figured I'd at least make one of these. You never know. You never know. It's probably a super low risk fucking procedure, but you never know. I've never actually been under like anesthesia or any of that thing, I don't think. I had surgery on my eye, but I was awake for that. I wonder if there's any settings I can play with in this microphone. Let's see here. Yeah, there's not very much for that thing. The only thing I can do is I can turn it up, but I think it's just gonna blast it out. Yeah, I have surgery tomorrow at 9:30. Okay, that makes sense. Steal a sugar package, get your money worth. That's for fucking sure. To be frank, this is costing me. Here you go. So to be frank, this fucking incident is just for insurance or just for the surgery is $7,000. So let me tell you how much dollars I have in my bank account. Probably like $45. So I will be in fact feeling it, and unfortunately that means my projects will also be feeling it. But only time will tell what actually happens. I'll try and do as many of the programs as I can find to try and help with my broke ass. May have like a lot of toys, may look like I got a lot of cool stuff, but let me tell you, I'm still broke as shit, so I just spend all my money on this stuff instead of drinking or cigarettes or any of that other shit. Going out to the bar, I don't do any of that stuff. This is all I do. Cars, that's all I do. I'm feeling like I did a cartwheel. But not a traditional cartwheel. Like a cartwheel like you roll the fucking go-kart. That kind of cartwheel. See you later, Morgan. Yeah, hopefully it'll be pretty good. Go get a tattoo. Yeah. And luckily I just got insurance too. So otherwise the surgery would have cost me $41,000. So there is that upside, but the downside is it still cost me $7,000 that I ain't got. So hopefully it doesn't cause me to have to sell off some shit, because I don't really have much to sell off. I have my e-bike, which I could probably sell, and then I have the drift car I could sell. Really don't want to sell off either one of those. Worked hard to get my fucking toys I have, but don't really want to. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, it'll be an interesting one for sure. I think it's so funny though, because I built this cart with I wanted it to be really safe, and then naturally I'd fucking fuck my shit up in it. The death car I have of a fucking Fiero, I haven't fucking fucked myself up too bad in that thing, knock on wood, but to be honest, fucking the nature of a fucking go-kart is already pretty reckless. Especially when you put a 250cc on it. But even then, just gotta really make a nice checklist and make sure I go through it often. Because, damn it. Not even a cool story. Just me being impatient and not checking that shit's tight. Kind of a stupid story. Most of my stories are that way. But, yep. I figured I'd come out here and do a live stream. Because you never know. Could be the last. So, hopefully not. Hopefully not. But, should be pretty good. I gotta figure out what I want to do this winter. I haven't really decided. I know I want to build the drift car still, but budget's gonna be a big role here. But once I get that oil pan, there's no reason why I can't put the motor trans in there. I have the motor, I have the trans, I have the clutch, the flywheel, I have everything. Other than I just need that oil pan. Once I have the oil pan, it's going in. So. Yeah, the juice box is something. That's the wife's dog. But he's a pretty good job dog. He listens pretty decently out here. So he's getting attention. Yeah, I've had pretty good luck with my little golf carts and shit, or my little mini ATVs and stuff. I've crashed those plenty, but I think that the biggest downfall on this one was because of Like when I crashed or whatever, I have the cage. If I would have had a harness and a helmet, I would have been fine. If I would have just had a harness, I would probably hit my head and fuck my head up.
Taco Bell for Tom. Clenched fist cool.
Juice box was looking at the fucking camera all fucking funny. I don't think they're gonna want me eating Taco Bell tomorrow. They don't want me shitting on the fucking table. But thank you, man. Appreciate it. Always means a lot. Considering I'm just an ordinary dude. Now I'm even more ordinary because I got a shop. Nothing special about me anymore. I'm not working in a pop-up garage anymore. Now I'm unrelatable. Yeah, that's what you were saying about that go-kart. Yeah, they can be pretty reckless, pretty quick. I mean, all it takes is just to fucking roll it just right and you're good. So I'm putting my 3800 into S13, and the oil pan or the like the K member on an S13 goes basically right through the center of a fucking the oil pan, and 3800 oil pans are already really blocky. So like they're just a big old brick, and Holden Commodore one is actually a front sump, so it's like all the oil is actually in front, like underneath the fucking pulley. So, and then, so yeah, that's kind of why I need one. A Camaro one is not really much any different than what we already have. So, but yeah, so that's kind of why I want that one. Plus, then I can get the rear-wheel drive header, so I don't have to spend like another $500 to make some headers from like ZZP. So save me money on that as well. Because obviously I'm trying to be as cheap as possible with the drift build. I just want to get it running and driving and sliding, and then we'll upgrade it and clean it up more as I drive it. Same thing I do with the Fiero. The S13 is definitely going to have to be cheaper. I mean, ideally, both the cars kind of need to be cheaper. Because I need to chill the fuck out. Last winter, I spent way too much on the fucking Fiero. Way too much. I'm still paying for fucking shit because I don't have money. So, I financed most of it. Good old firm doing his job, handing me money. So, I do like a firm's transparency, though. They tell you how much I'm going to pay in interest and shit like that. So, there's no hidden fees, no late fees, shit like that. So, it's pretty nice. But, it still costs me money. Just need to practice your cast aluminum TIG welding skills to make a pan for 300. Well, I mean, 3800 pans are already stamped steel, unless you get like a Series 3, which I actually need to get one for the Fiero, because the stamped steel ones are actually kind of bad for, like, if I want to autocross the car. Technically, I could starve the pickup a little bit, so I need to get a Series 3 oil pan for the Fiero, which I'll do eventually. And the whole thing is, I don't know. I very easily could make a pickup. I could make an oil pan. I could make headers, but cost effectively wise, it's cheaper and easier for me to just buy them from Australia if I can get them. I mean, like I said, I finally have a buddy that he bought some. I've seen pictures of them. They exist, and yeah, all he's got to do is ship them to me. So. And then we just gotta hope that they actually make it to me. There is some aluminum ones, but those are, I think, they're Series 3. I don't think Series 1 is. I think Series 1 and 2 are probably stamped. I've only dealt with Series 2, and they're stamped steel. So, I know like the 3400s and all those are cast aluminum. Needed an American 6.0 LS2 GT oil pan. Search high and low. Keep up in order to push it. Yeah, so that's an LS one. There's a lot of options for a front sump for an LS, but not so much for a 3800 supercharged. So, but no reason why I like my 3800s, so I'm just gonna stick to them. I'm gonna try the blower for the first time and see how that goes. I'll pull the blower off, weld the silencers shut. I'll just TIG weld them shut, and then because I want this thing to be screaming. I want you to know it's supercharged. So then hopefully, I think the stock horsepower. I think they make like 250 horsepower or something like that stock. So I think that should be more than adequate for drifting, considering you see plenty of people in S chassis drifting with a stock SR or whatever, and they make like 140 fucking horsepower. So should be fine. But yeah, only time will tell. Time will tell. I'm really hoping I get motivated again on the Fiero. Obviously, I'm kind of down for 6 weeks, so kind of need to mellow out, see what I. Hopefully, I can collect my thoughts and try and make a plan and kind of come up with something I want to do, Trying to decide, Because right now I'm really stressed. I changed careers. I'm not really making less money. I'm actually making a little bit more, but for whatever reason, I'm just kind of struggling. Even though, before I didn't have to pay for gas, stuff like that. So that stuff all kind of adds up as well, especially nowadays. But, once I get a little bit more established and that, then hopefully I can kind of come to make an assessment on what I want to do. I'm contemplating pulling the wing off the Fiero already. I like it, but at the same time, I don't like it. So I know the rough scoop's coming off. I'm over the rough scoop. I'm ready for something different. It is what it is. I'm over it. I'm just trying to make the car tame down a little bit. I don't want people fucking thinking it's rice. I'm sure plenty of people do. The roof scoop's functional. The car makes 500 horsepower. Talk all the shit you want. It's fun to drive. And at the end of the day, I like it. I think it looks cool, but at the same time, I'm ready for it to I want it to look cleaner, if that makes sense. Because right now there's a lot going on. I want to try and clean it up. Here comes the heater, so hopefully you can still hear me. Yeah, so hopefully you can still hear me and it's not fucking cutting me in and out. It does kind of look like it is cutting me in and out. I don't really understand why. You're fine. Stay over there. I know I want to try to fucking get back into this fucking rhythm of putting out videos. Like, Jesus Christ, man. I'm just busy. Life's happening. Who's my doppelganger? Uh, yeah, for sure, dude. Could be. See, now you done thrown my phone on the ground. But yeah. my understanding, tomorrow shouldn't be too bad. Once the paint blockers start wearing off, I'm going to have fun, it sounds like. But Friday should be a pretty painful day. But then hopefully the weekend comes and I should be a little bit better. I'll hopefully try and come out here to the live stream. Unfortunately, I haven't really messed with the editing rig here. I literally just plugged this webcam in so I can make a fucking live stream because I wanted to do this for one. Oh, and then on top of that, we're almost at 5,000 subscribers. Yeah, you remember how I said I'm gonna do fucking spicy things for like 4,000 subscribers? Still haven't fucking done that. I'm real fucking terrible at that shit. I'll do it eventually, but I don't know when. Trying to figure out a way to make it cool. I want to do it with friends. So we're at 4,979. That's wild. Absolutely wild. Oh, and then if you want to see the actual go-kart crash before I put out the video, I put a YouTube short. You can see in the video. Or, well, it's an edited one, or it's on the Instagram, at GarageLess, or at Garage_less. That's my Instagram. It's on there as well. I made a couple of reels with it. We'll go somewhat mobile. You guys are attached to a board, so yeah. There's the some bitch. It got me good. Got me good. Yes. Got the TV up there. Picked up the whole parts cleaner. I gotta buy some parts cleaner for it. But you ever look at the price of parts cleaner? I think it's like that's 20 gallons. For me to fill it, it's gonna cost me like I want to say it was like $250. And I can fill it with like a water-based one, but I want to get like a really good solvent. So I'm gonna use a parts cleaner. I want it to actually get the parts really clean. So yeah, I picked up a locker from my grandparents. Got the trans sitting over there. Paul brought over a pizza oven. We got a microwave now. I want to get a fridge for in here so that way we can keep stuff. I think in this corner over here, I'm gonna kind of make like a break room style. So I think that's kind of the game plan. And then I want to make like a counter and shit over there. So yeah, definitely can do that. I want it to be like really good shit. But I mean, well, the hot tank though, that's gonna heat up. So that shit in theory, the heat is also doing some of the work. But yeah, Cody bought 20-ton press in exchange for something. I don't remember. I put a wood stove in the corner. That was a fucking mistake. I got real sick from that from smoke inhalation. I need a bigger one. It doesn't cut it. It barely keeps it like 10 degrees warmer and ambient in here. I'm sure I'm doing something fucking wrong, but I think I opted to just buy a new diesel heater, and I'm gonna just I have the one way over there, and then there's another. Maybe you can see it. on that too. That one's new. I bought that one last winter. So, yeah. So there's the motor for the 240. Big setup over there. CNC. I'm gonna tell you right now, though, what a goddamn mess. I'm ready for me to be able to. I'm ready for me to be able to clean because the shop needs it really bad. Like there's just shit everywhere. Looks like a 12-year-old me fucking didn't clean up shit like usual. So, yeah, I guess that's the shop update. It's been a hot minute. I try not to watch if I get a little busy there. But yeah, so I have like video. I have so many. I think I have a handful of videos I need to actually edit. I have the majority of them. Just haven't gotten around to actually editing. Yeah, unfortunately the heater is. I need it. I need the heater because otherwise my body starts shaking it. Let me tell you how painful that is when you're college bro. Fuck me. Even with the oxycodone in me, it still fucking sucks. Should be shutting off here pretty soon. And now the one thing I really, really want to do here is let that thing shut up. Once it gets cold, it'll be probably the end of the stream. So I can go inside and just sit down, just like work all day. I know the one thing I really, really fucking want to do is I want to spray foam the ceiling. Like kind of like what the professionals do. They make some do-it-yourself ones. Fucking expensive. I think they're like $400 a pop, and they'll only do. I don't know how much square footage they do. I'm hoping I can do one, and it's just if I could just get like a 1-inch layer across the whole thing, I'd be happy with that. But because then it adds kind of rigidity and it insulates, so and it'll probably seal the water, any water leaks. I don't really actually have to have that many, but yeah, I really want to do that because I'm wasting so much heat. If I could just keep the heat in here, this thing would be fucking great. Because as is like the big room, that thing's got insulation on the walls and stuff, but there's a little bit anywhere where there's metal on that wall that has insulation behind it. But I ran out of insulation that I had just laying around. It's kind of just half-ass stuffed in there. It's not exactly the best, but it's better than nothing, I guess. Because I'm not going to take off those walls again because I put the conduit and the electrical over it. So, but see, that's the loophole. It's a shop, not a garage. A garage is where you store vehicles. A shop is where you work on them. Let's just not talk about how the car's just sitting in here, okay? It gets worked on. Sometimes. Yeah. You know, I feel like it's a blessing, but it's a curse because I feel like what I've accomplished now with the car. I feel like now that I'm not working out of a pop-up garage, it seems like unrelatable. Like you're gonna watch my stuff and you're gonna be like, oh well, he's got a shop, so no wonder why he can do that stuff. Whereas my old stuff, you know, you're watching it and you're like, oh, he's in a pop-up garage, I can do that. So I think that kind of sucks on that aspect. I'm not gonna freaking handicap myself and not expand what this is fucking like I'm super grateful for it. A lot of this stuff wouldn't be, you know, like some of this stuff fucking wouldn't happen without you guys. You guys have donated shit. That stuff's fucking helped immensely. It's also been a big motivator to, just keep bettering myself. The shop was a great one because it allowed me to buy, like, better tools. I would not have a CNC plasma table if I didn't have a fucking shop. I'm not going to leave that in a pop-up garage. You know, and then, like, on top of that, like, TIG welder. I didn't have that until I bought a shop because I didn't want to leave a fucking $1,000 TIG welder in an wide open fucking pop-up garage, So it's just it's allowed me to expand so much more. But you want the froth packs. Well, so I need, if I'm gonna do a spray foam, it's gotta be like where it's spraying on like an HVLP. And I've seen those where it's like two like little like, they look like propane tanks, like little ones. I think you've seen them before for like helium for like balloons. They just look like there's two of them. There's a part A, part B, and then you run those. But I've seen such mixed reviews. Like either everything has to be perfect conditions, which obviously I understand because it's a fucking chemical reaction, so it needs to be perfect. But I've seen where they just clog up, and it's like $400 for these things, and to fuck up $400 would really suck for me because I don't have that kind of money to just, oh well, fucked up. Hopefully the next one's fine, My property tax for a half acre is like $1,000. It's like just over $1,000. It's like 1,050 or so. So it's really not bad. I'm in Adams County, so it's significantly cheaper than anywhere's. I think it's one of the cheaper counties just because it's kind of a shit county. But shot doesn't detract anything. It doesn't detract anything that I've already accomplished, but I feel like so you guys have been here from like OG, like you guys are OGs. I mean, for sure, Josh, but like yeah, you guys are OGs. So you guys have been here from the start. You've seen where I started. Say I got a new subscriber that comes in, today, sees this, this is what he thinks this is what I came from. Obviously, if you do your research, obviously not, but it's just like that kind of thing. Juice box. Your best friend's watching. Yeah. Tanner's watching. Yeah, can you believe that? Tanner's watching. Said you're a killer. Yeah. Watch the collar bone, my guy. I know. I talked about Tanner. The worst thing ever. 20 acres, $370. Yeah, that's fucking pretty cheap. But is there a house on that? Because I know that's kind of where it adds up. But what's up, Blind to Binda? Yeah, CTS is probably like a year and a half, 2 years ago. I know Pulse had that CTS for a very long time. Yeah, that would be true because I haven't posted in a while. I feel like the last post I did was like, fuck man, probably a month ago. It would have been the autocross, I think, is the last one I did. Alright, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think that's happening. Well, I know I can't do it now. I have to do spray foam either in like the spring or the fall because the metal has to be like 70 degrees. Obviously, I know I could run the heater in here, but I really want it to just be optimal so that way I don't have to fucking worry about it failing, As is, I already got a pressure wash in here because all this tin that's in here was in a fire, so it's already covered in soot and such. So, but I do have a shit ton of surface area to cover. I think I did the math the other day, and I want to say this is 600 square feet, and then that's like, I want to say it was like 900 square feet or some shit, or 800, something like that, 760. This straight section is a 15 by 40, and then the lean-to section is what the fuck is it? It's like a 9 by 20. So yeah. No, I got my fucking slung up because I fucking got this. You can see it. Got this nice little bump there. That's my collarbone poking out. Being like, yeah, fuck me. Yeah, back in Nam, but yeah, that's what I get to have surgery on tomorrow. I got to put a plate in and a couple screws because it's nowhere near lined up, and it's not going to, even in the fucking cast. So yeah. Yeah, I figured I'd make a live stream in case I die in the surgery, you know. Fucking wife don't like that joke. But you never know. It's always that fucking chance. Always that chance. It's not a fucking high risk thing, but I've never been under anesthesia or any of that shit, so we're gonna find out tomorrow. No, you stay over there. I know. I know. You got eye boogies. There you go. I guess if you want to eat your eye boogies. Yeah, no nut November just got a whole lot easier for me since I'm right-handed. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go inside because just like that, the heat is already gone. Definitely has to stay running pretty often. Sitting with a broken transmission. I was driving it home like 5-6 weeks ago, turned onto my road, and second gear locked up. First gear's also a little locked up too. So, but hopefully she'll get some love this winter. It might not be until like January maybe. She might start getting some love. We'll see. I want to build the S13, so if I get my fucking parts ever, that's what I'll be doing. If not, I got a list of stuff I want to do on this Fiero, so. Yep, still 3800 supercharged, pulled the blower, turboed it. It's on like 21, 22 PSI now, so it should be about 500 horsepower. Definitely a good time. If you didn't watch the autocross video, watch it. That was the last video I uploaded, and it was a fun time. I had a blast. Yeah, I bought a S13 roller. That 3800 supercharged, that's right over there. That's going in there, bolted to a T5 manual transmission out of a Camaro. So, I'm going to drift that. When I sold the Honda, yeah, in case you didn't know, sold the Bag 10 this year, sold the boosted Honda this year. Bag 10 sitting in that corner. I bought a CNC plasma table with that money. The Honda bought me the 240, the motor, shit like that, and then the e-bike. So, Hopefully, I don't gotta sell off any of that to fund for this fucking stupid shit, but we'll see. Really don't want to sell the S13 because I've always wanted an S13. I love S13s. I'm not like a fucking fanboy kind of shit. Like, I love Fiero same way, but not like, I'm not like, Fieros are the king shit. Don't care. I love Fieros. But there's always a better car. So, but yeah. Yeah, she's what the fuck was that? I think it's an 89 Nissan S13. So, I think it'll be cool when it's done. I'll put my touches on it. This one's gonna be, I'm gonna try and keep it a little chill, but we'll still try and make it flashy. Flashy on the inside. I need to keep it kind of chill on the outside so it's non-descriptive. So in case I accidentally lose traction anywhere, Karen can't call it in. Be like, yeah, the bright pink car lost traction. So big turbo MK6 GTM. Could be cool. Not a big Volkswagen guy. Really not. I like the TDIs though. I do want to do an off-road Fiero and put a fucking Volkswagen TDI in it. Cause that'd be sick. Roll some coal with a fucking Fiero. One day. Gross. Get out of here. Why? Might as well just put a fucking stupid ass LS in it then. I'll stick to my V6 life. We'll see what happens. You never know what the fuck happens. 3800 could just not last very long. Which there's a good chance this motor might not. Because I pulled them valve covers off and whoo boy, them rockers are crusty. So. Like the Volkswagen Rabbits were sick. Those things are cool. But I'm not really, I don't know. Most Volkswagens sound like shit these days. But I'm also not one, like, I hate on that, like, most cars anyhow, like Fords, you know, I give everybody shit. But at the end of the day, I can respect the build. I don't give a fuck. I don't like Volkswagens, but I've seen some cool Volkswagens. So, it's just, most of the time I don't like them. Not like I'm gonna fucking, just because I don't like them doesn't mean that you can't build one that's cool, you know? Plus, at the end of the day, you build a car for yourself, not for others. Unless you're me, who says that. And then, I mean, I get motivated off of other people's, like, it motivates me to see people pumped and hyped and, you know, all that kind of shit about my car. But then again, who doesn't? Aren't all car enthusiasts attention whores? So, yeah, I've only seen one. So I actually, when I bought the S13, I didn't know anybody else had a 3800 supercharged S13. And after I did it, or after I bought one, started buying all the shit for it, that's when I found out there's actually a female that has one, and it's actually not too far from me. It's actually in Illinois, I think, is where she lives. So, thought that was pretty cool. So, but mine will be on micro squirt, just like the Fiero, because I love my micro squirt. Gotta have a spicy two-step, you know. So, yeah, I need to get me a nice daily. I have my GMC, the base truck. I have the GMC Sierra, but she's rough. Fortunately, I did this. I need to put a fucking ball joint in it, so now I gotta figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do about that. Because I can't exactly put a ball joint in it because my shit's fucked up. And then I got the wife's S10. She has a first gen S10. I've been dailying that thing, but it only has front brakes, and now there's snow outside, so I can't drive that because it's sketch as fuck. Weighs nothing, and if you're on a gravel driveway, if you're just fucking sitting there on the brakes, it'll start doing a burnout. So can't be doing that in the snow. I'm gonna end up fucking crashing it. So that ain't it. And it needs suspension work because it's got a monoliefs in the back on air struts, and then it's got lifted knuckles in the front. It's fucking stupid. I just want it lowered, static. I'll do that eventually when I get around to it. Yeah, I can only imagine. Most fucking Volkswagens sound like trash, so probably having a good sound or finding a good system is probably hard to find just because they all sound like shit. So, I mean, a turbo always is a good muffler, and if it has a big turbo on it, then that always helps as well. A little bit bigger muffler. But, alright, time to go inside. Go lay on my ass until wife gets home, have some dinner, and then wake up early and go have surgery, and hopefully that all goes good. And hopefully I can start this fucking healing process to get this shit done with. So, definitely like to say I learned something, but I don't think I did. I really don't. It was just making a fucking mistake. Hopefully I'm gonna learn not to fucking rush shit, because that was definitely my big issue there. So, had I not rushed it, this wouldn't have fucking happened, you know? So, well, yeah. Well, I will hopefully do a live stream Sunday, maybe Saturday. We'll see how I'm feeling. And then, yeah, I know I have a couple videos. Hopefully, I can get those edited up and get those out to you guys so that you guys can watch that shit and support the channel in that way. Yeah. I've been posting a lot on Instagram. I like doing the car reels and shit over there, so if you're not following me on Instagram, check me out on Instagram. That's the one where I post. It's very little effort to fucking do. It's like TikTok, but I don't fucking do with TikTok. I don't like TikTok. No, I'll never make a TikTok. So Instagram Reels is the closest we're gonna get. Maybe YouTube Shorts. I'll maybe start doing those too. I mean, I made a couple the other day to see how I liked them, but even though I just basically uploaded a fucking Instagram Reel, but thing I hate about YouTube Shorts is copyright shit's still bullshit. I don't make money off Instagram shit, but any of the numbers helps when I want to reach out to companies to have them like try and like work with such a small channel, you know, get them to like they'll. So like I've reached out to companies and they've helped me even with such a small demographic, or whatever. But I mean it's small, okay. Like I'm very proud of. Like I've got like 4,500 or so, I think, on Instagram, and then we're almost to 5,000 on YouTube. So that to me is fucking just fucking mind blowing. Definitely mind blowing, considering I ain't nothing special. Just built an interesting Fiero. So hopefully that's not the end of it. Hopefully we got. I mean, the Fiero's nowhere near done. I've got big goals. Just a matter of trying to settle in, and try and get more situated, and then try and figure out a good plan on how to go about getting the goals I want done in an adequate time. Because I don't want to I want to drive this car. I want to see it done and then drive it when it's done, So, but yeah. I rolled my go-kart. I rushed the first drive, didn't tighten the ball joints. I had no idea that they were loose. I didn't check, didn't think about it, overlooked it, and yeah. So I rushed the first drive, took it out to the road, drove down, blocked down, turned around, blocked back. About 3/4 of the way down, doing like 40, and the left ball joint separated, went left into the grass, and it rolled once, and I stopped. So I went from 40 to stopped in one roll, and my shoulder hit the cage when it rolled. So it probably tried to eject me. Don't remember, it happened really fucking fast. It didn't hit my head, luckily. Wasn't wearing a helmet. There was no harness in it. These are all things I plan to put in it. I was not fucking off. I was just driving it. I just wanted to go drive it. Basically, impatience met karma. So it's just whatever. It was an accident, is what it is. So basically, don't be me, kids. So, all right, I'm out. I'll see you guys this weekend, hopefully. And hopefully we can get some shit done this winter still. All right, I'm out. Thanks for stopping in. Thank you for the donations. I appreciate it. They will go towards the shop, I'm sure. Something in here. Go towards something on the channel. No more I can't make promises like that, Pain Gun, because we're definitely gonna. Once there's a harness in there and I'm wearing a helmet, we're Dukes of Hazzard in that bitch.